Hey Mom, how are you? I was going with you. Really cold, so obviously I'm taking a walk to work as opposed to going by train. Anyway, Dad called me yesterday, so I called back again. Managed to get through to him. He seems like he's fine. We had a long chat and eventually stopped about 11 minutes because he'd called me on my Jordanian line and my credits were out. So tried to fill up my orange one unsuccessfully, but lost about 40 euros, I think. So just trying to figure out what to do with that. But anyways, would it be possible if you send me some credit on my Jordanian one, just so that it doesn't conk out? I mean, even if it's like if you top it up for a 5 or a 10 or something. Anyways, let me know. Hopefully have a good weekend. I'm so ready for the weekend. The girls want to go out, have a drink at the bar tonight. I might just stay at home and stay cozy because we're supposed to be going for India tomorrow morning. But I'll see how the weather is and how I feel at the end of the day. Anyways, have a good day. Love you.
Good morning. Can you get some of the little note cards and a pencil and put them on the desk here? Yes.
Is everyone here? Good morning.
No. Is this is impromptu? Okay. Have you timed for impromptu before?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with what you need to do?
Yeah, I'm reading the instructions.
Okay. Yeah, so when they come in, there's going to be a slip of paper there with their 3 choices.
Okay.
As soon as they turn it over, you start timing for 30 seconds.
Okay.
At the end of 30 seconds, you say you may write now, and at that point they can write for 1 minute on their note card.
Okay.
At the end of the minute, you say stop, start your speech.
Oh.
And then you have the timer running. They have up to 3 minutes, but if they speak over 3 minutes, keep the timer going because I need to know the time
Okay.
when they actually stop finishing the speech. If you prefer to use the timer on your phone, I'm fine with that. If you're more familiar with it than
Yeah,
those.
I'm just gonna mess
bit-
around with this and see
Okay,
if I
alright.
can figure it out.
Alright, but I don't have a problem with you
Okay.
using your phone if you want to.
Thank you.
And then if you, when you stop at the end of their speech, just show me the time
I will.
before you begin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
المفتاح ماسك طلعون لك ما
Oh, the other thing is, they don't hear each other's, or the last person shouldn't have heard everybody else's speech, so we
Okay.
just have them in here one at a time. Once they've done their speech, they come and sit down, and then, if the room next door is empty, I'll have the others wait in there, so when one person finishes, you go to the
Okay.
next one. So I'll give you that, that's the order in which they'll
Okay. Which one are you in? What did you do? Hi, is this the room for Impromptu?
Yes. Have you got the list of speakers? Yeah, I'm looking for Aaron, Dia, Arian, and then Nick from our school.
I think Aaron and Ryan are coming up. I don't know where Nick is.
Okay, all right. And you're Dia? Yeah. Yeah. So everybody's in the handball there. Okay. I know. Go. Hi. Nick, and you're Aaron, right? Yeah, right. Aaron, you're first, so straight to the room, and Nick, wait to the room. We've got a couple of minutes, but do you want to start right away?
I mean, yeah, sure.
It's up to you. If you want to wait a couple of minutes, that's fine.
And give me just a minute to recollect my thoughts.
Absolutely, yeah. We won't start timing until you turn up the paper.
Also, I'm just gonna say that I don't use a note card, so just in
Okay,
case.
all right. That's your choice.
You may start writing. Please stop. You may begin your speech.
I once heard of a man who was going to make a rehabilitation center for procrastinators. He told me, I'll do it later. Procrastination. Something that most students, or at least most students I know, face from. A thing where you just keep on leaving things for the last minute. Now, what is procrastination? The mind of a procrastinator is very different from one of a rational thinker. Normally, you have your brain, and inside that brain, you would have a rational decision maker for a normal person. But in the brain of a procrastinator, you have the rational decision maker and a random monkey, someone who doesn't know what's going on. He lives in the moment. And so, when normally a normal person would get a task, and the rational thinker in his head would be like, okay, let's finish this task off, and then maybe you can have some fun. Whereas when a procrastinator gets a task, he looks at the task, the rational decision maker is like, let's finish this off, and then the monkey takes over the way. He's like, maybe later. How about first we go on a YouTube spree about how Justin Bieber's mom is not very proud of him, and eventually you will move on to some random documentary about aliens making the pyramids, and if, I'm afraid you won't get time to do your work. And so, fundamentally, the mind, in my opinion, of a procrastinator is way different from a normal person. And that's why I think procrastinators oftentimes also get in edge. I once saw a meme which said that I leave everything up to the last minute because the diamonds are made under pressure. The thing with procrastinators is that since they leave so much up to the last minute, they often have to find some really sly and smart ways to deal with their issues and problems and tasks. I had a friend who had a 7-page essay due on 9 p.m. that night. He called me up at 7 a.m. 7, like, hey, have you started your essay? I said, no. He's like, oh my god, are you crazy? I said, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, I haven't started it either. So together we figured out a way where we could finish a 7-page essay within an hour. And I think that's why procrastinators oftentimes have a mindset that allows them to solve problems in a way that no other person would be able to. Which is why I think procrastinators can, one, change the world, and two, help benefit society. Thank you. Miss, would you mind if I ask how much time I was over? Right?
You were in time, it was 3:05. You get Yeah, yeah, you were in time. Fine. Okay, are you ready?
You may start writing. Please stop. You may begin your speech.
The quote, "Without struggle, there can be no process," by Frederick Douglass, certainly holds a great value in my life. A couple years ago, I made the state swim team for the very first time. I remember being ecstatic when I found out that I'd be competing with my friends and trying to win a championship for my beloved state. I remember all the hard work, all the effort, all the pain, blood, sweat, and tears that went into the process. And maybe that's what made it so worth it. Maybe that's what brought a smile to my face. I believe in this quote for three main reasons. Firstly, it's because struggle and failures teach us things and we learn from our mistakes. Secondly, struggles make the process and the success more fruitful and more worth it, if you will. And thirdly, struggle teaches us the important value of resilience, which is what really matters. To begin with, failure teaches us things. My grandpa once told me, life doesn't move in a straight line. There'll be downfalls, there'll be good days and bad. It's how you handle the bad days that make you a better person. And it's how you deal with the good days and make sure that you are consistent with them that teaches you things. So, getting back to what I started with, failure teaches you things. When we struggle, when we fail, when we're unaware of what to do, if we ask for help or try to figure a way out, that's how we learn to be independent. That's how we learn to deal with problems, and that's what really matters. Secondly, struggle makes the outcome more fruitful. Well, if everything in life came easy, if you got an A on every test and everyone was nice to talk to and easy to be friends with, or everything was just perfect, would life really have any meaning to it? I don't think so. It's the bad days that make the good days good. And I certainly believe that because of the struggles that we face in our process, the challenges make the outcome more fruitful. The challenges make the outcome more worth it. And lastly, struggle builds the important value of resilience. Last year in school, we learned the meaning of this word resilience. It means bouncing back. It means hitting rock bottom and understanding that the only way you can go is up. When you struggle, when you fail at something, you understand that that's not end all. It's how you deal with it that really matters. And in this way, I believe that without struggle, there can be no process. And Frederick Douglass was certainly right. Thank you.
Just push it really hard. Thanks.
May I begin?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Can I begin planning?
You need to think about it for 30 seconds, and then when she tells you, you can start.
Oh, okay, sorry. You may start writing. Please stop. You may begin your speech. Huh? You may begin your speech. Thank you. If I were a fast food chain, what fast food chain would I be? I remember the first night of every day, every year that I used to go to New York, I would order from Gloria's Pizza. Gloria's Pizza is an Italian fast food chain, and it holds a very special place in my heart. And if I had to be a fast food chain, I would be Gloria's because of the excellent food there, the special place that is in my heart and in my family's heart, and in the other area it's located in. Firstly, the excellent food. When someone asks me, what's your favorite food? It's very hard for me to choose, but eventually I say chicken parmesan. At the end of the day, I've only eaten chicken parmesan from one place. That is Gloria's Pizza. But Gloria's Pizza also has amazing pizza. It tastes really good. Secondly, it holds a special place in me and my family's heart. I have been eating at Gloria's Pizza since I was little. When I was young, I had a lot of pizza, so I used to order pizza. Then one day, my mom said, why don't you try chicken parmesan? It might be good. I tried it and I loved it. And every time I go to New York on vacation, I have Gloria's Pizza multiple times. It's a really special place and I really love to go there. Thirdly, it's the area that is located in. Gloria's Pizza is located on Queens Boulevard, which is a place in New York City in the borough of Queens. Now, this is the place where I grew up in, and that's why it made it so easy to order from there or go from there. And also, there are a lot of fun places around. There's a movie theater called Midway that I watched all my movies in when I was young. No matter how big the movie was, when I had an option to go to an IMAX theater, I passed it on because Midway was in my heart. Or there was a place where the clown was there who was making balloons. I went there every Wednesday. He was there every Wednesday. And I asked for a different balloon each time. I'm still in contact with him. My parents tell me I'm too old for clowns. But I don't feel I am. In conclusion, Gloria's Pizza is a special place. And if I were a fast food chain, I would be lucky to be as special a place as Gloria's Pizza. Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
You may start writing. Please stop. You may begin your speech.
There are many good and bad habits that we all have. And procrastination is one habit that I would say lots of people have struggled with at least at one point in their lives when it comes to one specific assignment or as a general sort of issue that they face in their day-to-day life and that gets in the way of them getting to meet their goals. So lots of people see procrastination as a negative thing, and like almost everything, there are pros and cons to it. However, it's not all bad. There is one good thing about procrastination, is that I think procrastination has the ability to teach you how to deal with pressure. If you postpone things to the last minute, yes, granted, that is bad for other reasons that I will get into later. If you procrastinate things to the last minute, you have a smaller amount of time to do it. And the deadline or whatever it is that you procrastinated on is now so close and is applying more pressure to you. And you're getting really nervous about whether or not you're going to be able to complete it in time. So if you never procrastinate and that deadline isn't like right the next morning, then you don't know what it's like to have that sort of pressure on you when you're trying to do something important. So procrastination is good because it can teach you to work under pressure. However, procrastination is unhealthy in general. Procrastination can get in the way of you having a healthy sleep schedule. If I have an assignment tomorrow and I decide to start it today at 10 p.m., then I'm not going to get the amount of sleep that I should have. And as we all know, sleep is a very important part of our health. So it can get in the way of health in that way. You can also, if you're procrastinating on an assignment, you can also skip dinner or decide not to go to the gym that day because you left your work for the last minute and now you don't have to go. And it can get in the way of your social life as well. So if you had plans to go out with friends, and now you can no longer do that, and social life is also a very important pillar to a healthy lifestyle. You can also miss deadlines, which is probably the scariest and most obvious con to procrastinating, is that it is risky. It is not a risk-free thing. People tend to think it is until the deadline is right there really close and it's looking quite scary. Am I going to make it? Am I not? So that's another con for procrastination. And the last con for procrastination, which is related to this one, is that sometimes you don't make it. You don't have to take this risk and miss a deadline and maybe have your grades suffer or whatever else it was, because you can procrastinate for many things, academic or not. You won't have to miss it if you don't procrastinate in the first place. So to sum up, procrastination, like many things, has its pros and it has its cons. The cons being that it can get in the way of a healthy lifestyle. You can you can miss deadlines and you just can't make it sometimes. But the positive thing is that it can teach you to deal with assignments under pressure.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
What plans do you guys choose?
I did procrastination. I did the coach. I did taking the coach.
Like, what was that?
Can I have this?
I lost your social life. Don't have one anyway.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I don't procrastination.
Yeah,
I did procrastination.
I'll just think about this and write out my things. Thank you.
I did not. But I started off, I was a really leave joke. Too late. That was I started.
Hey. You actually did that.
I got 5 seconds over 3 minutes. Do you realize me going over time?
Oh yeah, I went over that was 240. What? Yeah, no. If you start off with the intro, like 3
Yeah,
minutes.
you can start.
3 minutes.
Then I talked about the difference of Why?
What did you just have?
Hello.
Are you the judge for coming to Edna?
I'm in the other room,
Oh, okay.
222.
Sorry, can I just see that for a sec?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Does comic do it next?
I think so, but I'm not the judge for that. I was in here for something else earlier on.
That where you're gonna be? No. You went all the way up. Got 2 to 5. Yeah. I know that I always
Oh my God.
Good luck. Thank you. You too. Bye.
I got in this room.
Yes. Ready first? Let's start on the list. Here. I'll give you a purple pop anyway.
Okay, then I don't want to risk it.
No, but you have to say okay.
Yeah. You're doing that?
I'll give you a purple pop. Yeah.
Let's just that person meaning from chess. Why does chess on pretty? Especially because no, I think those chess are the ones. I would imagine that. Plus, we can do
You're supposed to, you move it.
Wait, it's on my phone.
I
I just did this.
I think we shouldn't repeat that. But it's good to have something to do. It's I know for a while and
So what finally gave you the courage?
We were bored of the scene.
Sit down and do what prevents you from doing it. Yeah. Good. So that is not Yeah, no, we have all of that, we're just on the lines. I'm just saying, no matter what it is, you can, you're free to confess it in this house. You're free to confess and it will remain in this house. So that's something, you need to confess.
yes, my very long.
Go on,
This is fine.
and it's affecting others. But the gate is empty. What shall Hiding it.
I'm going to my bedroom.
Your laundry under your, you stuff your secrets under your bed and hiding it, correct? I'm kind of not right.
I wouldn't see my way was faster. I was right, Ollie.
So, I can make you check that. Continue back. I'm saying, so is there about you hiding your secrets and hiding it? Alright, I'm shameful actions today. Shameful actions today, especially your the first step to identify the problem and understanding why you do what you do.
I just like 8 seconds of Don't forget to make like my
What did you do?
Should we remove the stuff out of the way?
You know, right? And we did.
Panic for a minute. Panic for a minute.
Yes.
I purposely don't do that.
Don't forget, it's nonsense. Not just. Did you bring your script? By the way? Because you've never asked for it. Plus, you have to reset the lines. I'll just pick up wherever you stop. Who's going first? Okay.
You are.
We are?
Yes.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh, how do you know?
You're first.
Oh.
It's like that. Okay, we're all in here.
Yes, that's why I put it there.
Yeah.
Switch out these cars. My will.
Oh my God. Are we gonna
Actually, just gonna move.
We never say stop.
Hey, there's two people watching. Wow. Pretty stupid one. Yeah, no, that's a bit fun.
My mom was
Just because it's. You don't want to go too big. Improv.
Okay. I'll laugh for your
Be
improv.
careful. We're escaping. Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just saying this picture. I mean, you don't need to.
Okay, so do we know our order?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Newman and Asfour, Govindan and Ghosh, Hansen and Abukavija, and Shah and Anhari. Okay? Are you ready? Whenever you're ready.
Hi, my name is Ali Oswood, and my character Max Baileystock is a film producer who's had a stroke of bad luck lately and wants just one last Broadway hit.
And I'm Levin Newman, and I'll be playing Leo Bloom. And Mr. Bloom offers Mr. Baileystock his one last hit in a bit of an unconventional manner. The Producers by Mel Brooks.
What are you doing? Why are you here? Why are you loitering in my hallway? Speak, you dummy! Speak! Why won't you speak? I'm scared, can't talk. Taking a deep breath. Now let it all out.
I'm Leo Bloom. I'm an accountant from Mile on Marks, and I'll send you to do accounting. And I'm entirely sorry I was loitering in your hallway.
Come in, Mr. Tact. So, you're an accountant, eh? Well, then account for yourself. Do the books, they're in the drawer over there.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Max Baileystock. Max Baileystock. How humiliating. Do you know who I am? I used to be the king of Broadway. 6 shows running at once, lunch at Delmonico's, $200 suits. Look at me now, I'm wearing a cardboard belt. You have exactly 10 seconds to change that disgusting look of pity on your face to one of enormous respect. 1, 2, do the books.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. May I speak to you for a minute?
Go, you have 58 seconds.
Well, sir, it appears that when I was looking at the numbers, that
You have 48 seconds left. Hurry.
Well, it appears that Mr.
You have 28 seconds left. Hurry. Your time's almost up.
Mr. Bailey's like, I cannot function under these conditions. You're making me extremely nervous.
What is that? Is that a handkerchief?
It's nothing. Nothing.
Well, if it's nothing, why can't I see it?
My blanket! Give me that blanket!
Here, don't panic.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't like people touching my blue blanket. It is a minor compulsion. I can deal with it if I want to. It's just that I've had it ever since I was a baby, and I find it very comforting.
How do they find me? Why do they all find me? Why do they come here?
Mr. Baileystock,
Yes, Prince Mishkin. Is there anything we can do for you?
this is hardly a time for levity. I've discovered a serious error in the books.
What? Where?
Well, according to the backers list, you raised $60,000, but the show you produced only cost $58,000. There's $2,000 unaccounted for.
I took a Turkish bath. Who cares? The show was a flop anyway. And besides, what difference does it make?
It makes a great deal of difference. That's fraud. If they found out, you could go to jail.
But it's only $2,000, Bloom. Can't you move a few decimal points around? You're an accountant, aren't you? To count isn't your title.
But that's cheating.
It's not cheating. Think of it as charity. Look at me, Bloom. Look at me. Some men sail through life. Max Baileystock has hit a reef, and I'm being sunk by a society that always believes in success. And all I can produce is failure. Don't send me to jail. Help me.
Oh dear.
Help me.
All right. I'll do it.
Thank you. I knew I could con you.
It's quite a, what?
Nothing. Continue.
Well, it's just $2,000. That isn't that much. And besides, the Department of Internal Revenue isn't that interested in a show that flopped.
Yes. Good thinking. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna take a little nap. Wake me if there's a fire.
Let's see. If we have these two numbers, we get. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But under the right circumstances, a producer can make more money with a flop than he could with a hit. Yes, it's quite possible. If a man were certain that a show was going to fail, then they could make a fortune.
Yes?
Yes, what?
Yes, what you were saying.
What was I saying?
You were saying something about how, under the right circumstances, a producer could make more money off a flop than with a hit.
Yes, it's quite possible.
You keep saying that, but you don't say how.
Well, let's just assume for a moment that you're a dishonest man.
Assume away.
Well, it's simple. You really just raise more money than you need.
What do you mean?
Well, you've done it yourself, only you've done it on a very small scale.
Me? What did I do?
Well, you raised $60,000 for a show that only cost $58,000 to produce.
And look, what did it get me? I'm still wearing a cardboard belt.
Well, see, that's where you made your error. If you really were a bold criminal, then you could have raised $1 million.
But what if the show were a hit?
Well, if it was a hit, you go to jail. Because if they found out, then there'd be too many backers, not enough money to go around. Do you get it?
So, what you're saying is that in order for this little scheme to work, we need to find the worst play in history. A surefire flop.
What scheme?
What scheme? Your scheme, you bloody little
Oh,
genius!
no. I meant no scheme. I merely posed a little accounting academic theory, that's all.
Bloom, worlds are turned on such thoughts. And it's so simple, oh darling Bloom, glorious Bloom. Step 1, we find the worst play in history. A surefire flop. Step 2, we raise $1 million. There's a lot of investors in this world. Step 3, you go back and do the books and create a phony list of backers. One for us and one for the government. Step 4, we open up on Broadway. Before you can say step 5, we close on Broadway. Step 6, we take our $1 million and fly to Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro.
No, Mr. Bailey, stop. Please, hold me too tight. You don't understand. Up until about 5 minutes ago, when I talked in your books against the better of my judgment, that is the extent of my criminal life.
You miserable, little, wretched caterpillar. Don't you ever want to grow up and become a butterfly and flap your wings to glory?
You're gonna jump on me. You're gonna jump on me like Nero jumped on Pompeia. I know you're gonna jump on me.
What?
Pompeia, she was his wife, and she was unfaithful to him. And when he found out, he got so angry, he jumped up and down, and squashed her flat like a bug. You're gonna jump on me.
I'm not going to jump on you. Oh, will you get a hold of yourself?
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I'm hysterical! I'm having hysterics! When I'm like this, I can't stop! I'm hysterical! I'm wet! I'm wet! I'm hysterical and I'm wet! I'm hurt! I'm wet and I'm still hysterical! No, don't hurt me! Don't hit me again! It only increases my sense of danger!
What can I do? What can I do? They're getting me hysterical.
Go over there! Go sit over there!
I'm all the way over here. Is that better?
It's a little better, but you still look angry.
How's this?
Good. That's good. Oh, I think I'm coming out of it now. Thank you very much for smiling. That helped a great deal.
Are you feeling better now?
A little better, but I'm very lightheaded. I think I need to eat something. Hysterics is a way of severely depleting one's blood sugar, you know.
I certainly do. I certainly do. Come on, I'll take you to lunch.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Baileystock, but
And I promise not to discuss that silly little scheme to make $1 million anymore.
That's fine to start. Whenever you're ready. Hello, I'm Aaron Ghosh,
And I'm Ashika Govindan.
and we'll be doing Dirty Laundry by Laurie Allen.
I'll be playing Claire, a 23-year-old who's slightly immature and may or may not be hiding something.
And I'll be playing Dr. Fry, a very intrusive doctor who may or may not be obsessed with murder.
Dr. Fry, there's something that I've been meaning to tell someone, a professional, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
So tell me, Claire, what finally gave you the courage?
Realizing that I was desperate to live a normal life.
What prevents you from living a normal life, Claire?
Just say it?
Yes.
Okay. It's my dirty laundry.
So you have a secret that needs to be exposed?
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Good, good. With that being understood, you can rest assured that no matter what your secrets are, you're free to confess them here in my office. Whatever they may be. Multiple affairs, stealing from your workplace, being a closet alcoholic, murder.
Murder?
I'm just saying that no matter what it is, you're free to confess. Let's continue. You need to confess.
Yes, my dirty laundry.
Go on.
It's just piling up everywhere.
And it's affecting others.
Well, no, I don't think it affects others.
But the guilt is getting to you.
Mostly the stench.
What started this issue for you?
Stuffing it under the bed.
Ignoring it.
Exactly.
So we're clear about you hiding your secrets and ignoring them, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about the actual acts you've engaged in.
I told you, my dirty laundry.
Claire, I understand it can be hard allowing your shameful actions to be expressed verbally, but it's the first step to understanding your problems and identifying why you do what you do.
But Dr. Fry, I don't know why I do what I do.
I understand, Claire, but first you should be able to tell someone in a neutral position, like myself, about what you've done.
Okay,
So when did this issue start for you?
probably in the 4th grade.
That young?
Yes.
And you snuck liquor from your parents' bar when they went to bed.
No, I never did that.
Stole money from your mother's purse.
No,
Then what did you do, Claire?
it was my mother. She was so mean.
Ah, your mother. So your mother was abusive.
She wasn't abusive, but she's the person who caused me to do this horrible thing.
Drugs.
No, I never did drugs.
Claire, we need to get to the bottom of this.
It was my mother. She forced me to do my own laundry, Dr. Fry, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it.
And you reached your boiling point and did something horrible, didn't you, Claire?
Are you suggesting that I did something horrendous to my own mother?
People reach their limits, Claire. Childhood neglect and abuse don't rear their ugly heads in until years later. The abuse you and neglect your mother inflicted on you is not your fault.
I'm not sure it was abusive, Dr. Fry.
Denial is often the first step to overcome. So tell me, Claire, do you hate your mother?
No, I don't think I hate her.
Let's be honest.
But hate is such a strong word.
Exactly. So let's talk about what you did as a child. What did you do with your anger?
I was rebellious.
Which caused you to?
Stuff the dirty laundry under my bed, throw it in the closet, behind the dresser, sometimes even in the trash.
And later you.
Never changed. I have nothing to wear.
So out of your frustrations you?
Feel alone. I can't have friends over to my apartment.
Because of what you're hiding.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about what you're hiding, Claire.
Well, you know those big black trash bags?
You're hiding something in big black trash bags?
Yes.
What do you have hidden in your big black trash bags, Claire?
I stuffed my. This is hard.
Tell me, Claire.
To me, it's terrible.
I think you may need an attorney.
An attorney? How's an attorney going to help me?
Well, you may need representation. Should I contact one for you?
I need an attorney for my dirty laundry.
I'm afraid you do.
But shouldn't you just help me work through my issues, get over my anger, and learn to wash my clothes?
Remove the blood, the evidence. Oh, they'll want me to testify.
About me.
About what you've confessed, what you're about to confess.
But you said our conversations were strictly confidential.
But if I get subpoenaed by the court?
The court?
Oh, the media will have a field day with this. But I don't know. Little excitement around you. It could be fun.
The media. Over my dirty laundry.
Over me cracking this case when you confessed to the contents of those black trash bags, Claire. Would you excuse me for a moment?
Where are you going?
I need to make a call. Sit still.
Who are you calling? The police?
I'm going to lock the door behind me, but that's just for your safety.
You're calling the police over my dirty laundry. Like they're going to arrest me over that.
And listen, Claire, I will visit you in jail.
I'm going to jail over my dirty laundry. Is it a health hazard or something?
How many trash bags are there, Claire?
I don't know. I lost count. Hundreds, I suppose, all stuffed full of.
Oh, those poor people!
What poor people? No one comes to my apartment.
Don't you mean no one leaves your apartment?
I never said that.
Stench must be horrendous.
I told you it was.
Would you excuse me for a moment?
Do you want to see a picture?
You want a picture of the evidence?
Yes. I didn't think you'd believe me.
Yeah, show to me. It might be hard, but the police will need it for their case against you.
I don't understand why you're bringing the police into this.
It is my civic duty.
Your duty? Fine. Here, look.
But this is laundry.
Yes, what I've been talking to you about, remember? How I refused to wash my clothes because my mother forced me to do it as a child.
This is your dirty laundry?
Yes.
Trash bags full of dirty laundry, not trash bags full of Dead people?
Dead people? Where'd you get that idea?
I don't know, I just thought.
Look, are you still calling the police so they can rush over to my apartment and discover health code violations? Thanks a lot, Dr. Fry. Thanks a lot for helping me work through my issues and finding a way to deal with it.
You want me to help you deal with this issue?
Yes!
Well, let me give you a little bit of advice.
Finally!
Here's what I suggest you do.
Yes?
Wash your stinking laundry. Wash it, dry it, hang it up. And you know what else?
What?
You might want to iron it too.
Whenever you're ready.
My character works at a bookshop and has a long, busy day. All she wants is a few minutes to de-stress. Is that too much to ask?
What is if you had my character, a persistent customer who has a rather strange knowledge of literature?
Will my character get her chance to relax?
Will my character find that rare book?
Who will win the battle of the books?
The Bookshop Sketch by Graham Chapman and John Cleese.
What are you doing?
Sorry to bother you.
Not at all, we just had a long, busy day. Can I help you?
Do you have 30 Days in the Samarkand Desert with a Spoon by A.J. Eliot?
We haven't got that in stock.
How about 101 Ways to Start a Monsoon?
Bye.
A gentleman whose name eludes me for the moment.
I haven't heard of that book.
Funny, you bought quite a lot of books here.
Yes, we have.
Could you help me with David Copperfield?
Ah, yes, Dickens!
No.
I beg your pardon?
No Edmund Wells.
I think you're by Charles Dickens at David Copperfield.
No. Charles Dickens wrote David Copperfield with 2 P's. This is David Copperfield with 1 P by Edmund Wells.
Well, in that case, we don't have it.
Pity. It's more thorough.
More thorough?
Yes. I wonder if it's worth taking a look at all the David Copperfield.
No. I'm quite sure all David Copperfields have 2 P's in them.
Probably. But the original by Edmund Wells also had 2 P's. It was after that they ran into copyright difficulties.
Well, I'm quite sure all David Copperfield with 2 P's in them are by Charles Dickens.
How about Great Expectations?
Ah, yes, we have that.
That's G-R-A-T-E, Expectations, also by Edmund Wells.
Well, we don't have it. We don't have anything by Edmund Wells, actually. He's not very popular.
Not Nicholas Nickleby, that's K-N-I-C-K-E-R, Nicholas,
No!
or Christmas Carol with a Q.
No!
Sorry to bother you. Have you got Barnaby Bud?
As I said, we're right out of Edmund Wells!
No, not Edmund Wells, Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens?
Yes.
You mean Barnaby Rudge?
No. Barnaby Budge by Charles Dickens. That's Dickens with 2 K's, the well-known Dutch author.
Well, no, we haven't got Barnaby Rudge by Charles Dickens. That's Dickens with 2 K's, the well-known Dutch author. Perhaps to save some time, we haven't got Barnaby Rudge by Miles Dickens or Stick by Stopper by Charles Dickens with 4 M's and a silent Q. Why don't you try to come in?
I have. They sent me here.
Oh, did they?
I wonder if you've got The Amazing Adventures of Captain Gladys, Snow Pamphlet, and her intricate spindle stick among the giant kidneys of Corsica, Volume 2.
No! Frankie, we've got quite a lot of books here.
Yes, haven't you?
Well, I mustn't keep you waiting around all day.
But I was wondering.
No, we haven't.
But I thought I saw it over there.
Where?
Over there.
What?
Olsen's Standard Book of British Birds.
Olsen Standard Book of British Birds?
Yes.
OLSEN?
Yes.
BIRDS? We've got it, we've got it. Also say the book of British words.
The expurgated version, of course.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
The expurgated version?
The expurgated version.
Yes. It's the one without the Gaelic.
The one without the Guinness, it's all got the Guinness. It's a standard British bird.
Well, I don't like them long, nasty beaks they got.
You can't expect them to produce a special book for all the Gannett haters out there.
Well, I'm sorry, I especially want the one without the Gaelic.
Okay, fine. Is there anything else you want, like?
Well, I'm not too keen on Robins either.
Right. Robin. Here's your book. Don't get it too wrong.
I can't buy this, it's torn.
It's torn! So it is!
I wonder if you got.
Come on, try me again. This is a bookshop after all.
How about Biggles combs his hair?
No. Come on, try me again.
Not Ethel the aardvark, those Kwani serving.
No. Which one?
Ethel the aardvark, those Kwani serving.
Ethel Harvard. I've seen it. Ethel Harvard. Here's the book. Now buy it.
I haven't got enough money.
I'll take a deposit.
I haven't got any money.
I'll take a check.
I haven't got a checkbook.
I have one coin.
I haven't got a bank account.
I'll buy it for you. Here's your book. This is your change. That's for a taxi on the way home.
Wait,
Bye now.
wait.
What?
I can't read.
Okay. Sit.
Yay, story time.
Ethel the Aardvark was trotting down a lane on a summer's day, trot when he saw a quantity survey.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm Kanika Andhare, and my name is Maya Shah, and we will be doing Brace Yourself by Bradley Haywood. I'll be playing Jenny, the slightly disorganized, annoying twin sister of Piper. I'll be playing Piper, the narcissistic, self-confident twin. Ew, gross! I know it's gross. What is it? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You just stick random things in your mouth without checking what they are first? No, I mean it could be one of two things. And that would be a Cheerio or a gummy bear. Well, it's green, so I think you can rule out Cheerio. Gummy bear it is then. Unless the Cheerio's really old. Or maybe it's an what kind of lunch did you have? I was hungry. It's all we had. Why are you showing me this? Help me get it out. I'm not sticking my well-manicured fingers in your mouth. Ew. I tried already, but it's in there really good. Well, don't look at me. I've never had braces before. I wouldn't know how to begin digging it out. Me neither. I've only had them for a week. Didn't they tell you what to eat and what not to eat? Yeah, but I'm 16. I eat everything. Well, have you tried a toothpick? Duh, that's the first thing I tried. And that got stuck. So I used a fork to get it out. And that got stuck. So you mean to tell me that you have a Cheerio, a gummy bear, a toothpick, and a fork stuck inside your mouth all at the same time? And possibly an olive? And me, without my camera. You're not helping. I have no intention of helping. Then why are you here? I was in my bedroom and heard you screaming in the bathroom. That would make anyone drop what they're doing. I was not screaming. Yes, you were. Did not scream. Yes, you did, like a little girl. Did not. Like a wee little girl who lost her Barbie. Get lost. The same way you scream after that recurring payphone dream of yours. That is not a dream. It's a nightmare. You lose your cell and have to use a payphone. Some nightmare. It's worse than it sounds, okay? Trust me. Have you tried using a toothbrush? Huh? You know, it's that stick with the bristles on the end of it. What are you talking about? To get the gummy Cheerio olive. But it hurts when I brush them. But jabbing it with a fork feels absolutely perfect. Ugh. I tried to brush it out, but the bristles got tangled in the middle. That's why I was yelling. You didn't use my toothbrush, I hope. Maybe. Maybe not. You didn't. You'll never know. You're so immature. I am way mature. Resorting to psychological warfare against your own sister? Not a wise idea. It is if it works. It didn't work. Yes, it did. Now all you're thinking about is your toothbrush in my mouth. Ha ha, stop being such a dork. Oh, you think you're so much smarter than me, don't you? That's right. Because I am smarter than you anyway. I beg to differ. This is from the one who ate a fork. I didn't eat it, it got stuck in my mouth. Pardon me, nothing says genius like chewing on cutlery. I told you I was just trying to get the toothpick out. Remind me when finals roll around to suck on a soup spoon. Oh, you think you're so much smarter than me just because you're older. That's right. But I'd hardly call 5 minutes older. Hey, you could have come out first if you wanted to. Maybe I did. No, I came out first. It says so on our birth certificates. How do you know for sure? They could have mixed us up. All babies look the same. I'll give you 5 seconds to figure out how stupid what you just said is. It's not stupid. All babies have aliens. 4, okay, fine. So what if you came out first? It's not that I just came out first. I came out ahead, and I've been coming out ahead for the last 16 years. Talk about psychological warfare. Hey, it's not your fault you're slightly, well, not so slightly, behind me. Firstborns mature faster than others. It's a fact, so don't get down on yourself. I am not down on myself. Yes, you are. You whine and whine all the time that you're stuck playing catch-up. I do not play with catch-up. Catch up, you moron. Catch up, not ketchup. Did you also stick a fork in your ear? Even if I can see that you're older, that doesn't make you any better than me. I didn't say I was better than you are. That would be totally narcissistic. Your point? I'm not a narcissist. Said the narcissist as she pulled out her big britches out of her crack. I was just joking around with you. You're being mean. Oh, you do. You do think you're better than everybody else. Wait a second. What are we talking about? You or everybody else? What's the difference? There's a big difference, okay? Even though you pour grape soda on your cereal, I don't think I'm better than you are. Wiser? Yes. Prettier? Yes. Brighter? Yes. But not better. However, if we're talking about other people, chances are I am a little better. Said the narcissist, looking down from on high. Listen, I could take back all the nice things I just said about you. Nice? Yeah, nice. You have a pretty messed up idea of nice. I'm nice. If you were my sister, I'd be terrified of you. Really? Wipe that smug look off your face. It's because of people like you that make it impossible for people like me to feel good about themselves. I haven't smiled for a week or talked to anyone because of these braces. And you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because there are a dozen other people that patrol up and down the hallways looking for things like bra straps, braces, and pimples just to make themselves feel superior. Okay, tell me who's bothering you. I'll set them straight. It's not what I'm telling you. Then why are you telling me this? Because someday you'll end up with braces or something just like them. And I don't want you to end up with nowhere to turn. But if you keep up this attitude, that's exactly where you'll be. Nowhere. Okay, open your mouth. What? Just open your mouth. Okay. Nah, guess not. What was that for? I was just checking to see if you also had Dr. Phil stuck in there. Fine, don't listen to me. See if I can. Okay, I look out for you and you look out for me. That's the deal we made when we moved in with Dad. As far as everyone else goes, mind your own business. Fine, sorry I said anything. So what are you gonna do? I was thinking about going to that movie with that hot guy. About your tooth, stupid. Oh yeah, that. I don't know. Maybe you can try and suck it out with a plunger. Ew, gross! Why not? You tried everything else, and I mean everything. Maybe I'll just leave it in there. I couldn't get attached anyways. Open your mouth. Again? Just open it. It's really in there, all right. I know. In this light, I can see it's definitely not a Cheerio. Not a gummy bear either.
Oh, nor an olive.
What is it then?
An eraser.
Oh, okay. Have you been chewing on pencils again? No. Fine. Exactly why you ended up with braces in the first place. You have to stop sticking things in your mouth. Yes, Mom. Okay, now open your mouth. Now brace yourself. Oh, wow. This. There you go, little girl. All better. Told you I'd look out for you. Thank you.
Eight 32 is the time. Okay, thank you, everyone.
5 years on trial.
It's nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Maybe. No, we do our years stuff.
That and we didn't do the practice. We just got study at 9.
What time is it?
Yeah, see if we need it.
9:46.
I'm gonna go check. See if that's the debate. No, wait. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check.
Semifinal for debate. I think it's in below 10. You said below 10. And then,
Just be really irritated all the time. Like, think about someone that's really irritated. That's really easy for me because my partner is irritated.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so what were you doing? And how will we know? If you're gonna
Oh, because that's because everybody else is mad and I look at them and I'm just like,
What the basis has it? You put your leg on the chair and try to pull it out.
That'd be really good. We can
Okay.
rather ask
guys, go check the file.
Thank you guys so much.
So,
I can go check now.
are you mindful of it now?